Russia has become the master of denial in recent years. From military incursions to hacking to assassinations, the Kremlin has sworn blind it's not involved. But now the country's athletes are waiting nervously, facing sweeping sanctions for another doping-linked scandal, and senior officials are keeping their silence. There is one striking exception. Yuri Ganus has been warning for months that Russian sport stands on a cliff edge and needs to radically clean up its act. For that, the head of Russia's anti-doping agency, Rusada, says he has received pressure and threats. "Threats or not, clean sport is my mission," Mr. Ganus told the BBC, in offices whose corridors are hung with messages of encouragement for a reformed Rusada from other anti-doping bodies around the world. The Rusada boss is sure the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, Executive Committee will ban Russian athletes from global competition on Monday for 4 years, including next year's Olympics. He argues that is Russia's own fault. The story goes back to the 2014 Sochi Games, a prestige project for President Vladimir Putin that was meant to project Russian skill, strength and superiority to the world. The nation's athletes bagged medals and glory across the board. But 2 years later Russia's reputation was in tatters when a scientist-turned-whistleblower revealed a massive, state-backed doping program. Returning to the sporting fold depended on Moscow proving it had turning a new page. That included handing over a key database of athletes' test results. But Yuri Ganus confirms that someone altered or deleted thousands of entries first. "When I opened the documents, from WADA, I was in real stress. I saw huge changes," he says. "It's a real tragedy for our sport. The tragedy is that this apparently crude attempt at a cover-up will hurt a generation of Russian athletes, barred from the competitions they've spent their lives preparing for." Anna Sidorova, who's won multiple medals curling for her country, is trying to blot out thoughts of a blanket ban. "I'm still training and just trying to focus on this, because that's an area I can control," she says as other curlers glide by, one knee bent, on the ice behind her. "I'm not thinking about the other stuff."